It has helped her so much.
We're offering a promo at abcmouse.com/radio to try it for free for a month. Then $14.99 per month until canceled. Go to abcmouse.com/radio to see this offer. That's abcmouse.com/radio. Actual ABC Mouse users compensate for their testimonials, sponsored by Age of Learning.
For the first time ever, you can get all of ESPN in the new ESPN app, along with Disney Plus and Hulu, with one incredible offer.
The Huskers are headed to the locker room, and it's time for Big Red Overreaction. The live post-game show with all the info and opinions you can handle, plus the most important voice of all, yours. Big Red Overreaction is presented by Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. And by No Name Nutrition. Live a better, healthier, more natural life. Get on the line now at 402-951-1620 and sound off on Big Red Overreaction. Live on 1620 The Zone and 1019 The K.
Welcome in to Big Red Overreaction. Josh Peterson, Matt McMaster with you on this Saturday night, September the 6th, following an ass whooping. Nebraska 68, Akron 0, the first shutout since the 2009 Holiday Bowl. And, Matt, are you ready for this?
Give it to me.
This matches the largest margin of victory ever at Memorial Stadium, or at least in like the modern not playing YMCA era of Husker football.
That's incredible.
They beat New Mexico State 68-0 back in 1982.
Okay.
And so that is the final score of tonight's game. Shout out to our dear friend Sam for that stat. He actually gave it to John and I earlier this week on the Grum.
That's cool.
They win.
Not enough explosive plays.
Not enough explosive plays. It's time to break this game down. and Matt has a lot of bones to pick. I see his notes over there.
So many bones to pick. I have so many complaints about what happened today. It was, are you kidding me? They didn't get in the end zone the first two times they were within the 5-yard line. That's crazy.
Lots to talk about.
I'm kidding.
Are you though?
I am.
This edition of Big Red Overreaction is brought to you by Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. Also brought to you by No Name Nutrition. Live a better, healthier, more natural life. 68-0. Nebraska defeats Akron tonight. They move to 2-0 on the young year. Matt, the thing that I was keeping track of throughout much of this game was how Nebraska basically picked up every yard that was available to them over the course of this game. So there's like percentage of total yards that you can actually gain.
Sure. That's a great stat. It's very Mina Kimes of you.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
The first time that I ever saw it was when Buffalo beat the Patriots in the playoffs 4 years ago, because they got 100% of the total yards available.
That's incredible.
In the first half, Nebraska hit 94.4% of the total yards available, not counting the kneel down at the very end. At one point after the half, it got up to 96.6%. And then the last drive happened. Yeah, dude, this is an ass beating of like epic old school proportions around here.
I told you when I walked in here that I think that Akron, well, first off, I do want to give a ton of credit to Nebraska football. Nebraska football played well. Nebraska football looked athletic. Nebraska football executed. But Akron definitely did redefine the term ass for me.
They definitely did.
Like, I'm no longer going to use the word ASS to describe things. I'm just going to say that was very Akron.
Yeah.
You smell like Akron.
Beringer fan, right?
They got their Akron kicked in.
I alone called the shutout. Shout out to, I'll give Dave Fite credit, because he wrote a column like on Tuesday that was saying Nebraska is going to be able to shut out a team for the first time since the 2009 Holiday Bowl. He was the first guy that I saw kind of call his shot. He was, you'll get this, you're a Cubs fan. He was Babe Ruth pointing to where he was going to hit a home run.
Fite was right.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Fite can write, and Fite was right. Yeah, calling that. Sadly, they didn't go for 2 though to get to 69-0.
Yeah, you know what? They should have. It should have been 82-0.
Yeah,
it's embarrassing,
dude.
This bit's gonna get so old so quickly.
It's so funny because you're watching a game, and early on I'm taking all of these notes, and then Matt, I think here we go. The last note I took was on Akron's 5th drive of the game.
Okay,
because at that point I thought, you know what, I don't think I need these anymore.
Sure,
but early on, I mean, they look at the offense moving right down the field. A turnover. Oh, look, they're moving down the field. Drive ends on downs. They have a safety in there.
Sure,
but good Lord, that is the finest night, of course, that we have seen from Dylan Raiola so far. He was
Easily
slinging the ball around the yard, and it finished with the best touchdown that he's had at Nebraska in terms of ability to throw. What he was able to do.
Great.
The one in the back of the end zone.
Yeah.
Just in terms of raw ability.
I love the one against Banks against Ohio State last year, where he had a roll left and he kind of threw it between two very capable defenders, and that was in the back of the end zone. Yeah. That one was very good too.
The ones he had in the UTEP game, like his first touchdown, the touchdown at the end of the half. But yeah,
there were you and I were
one was awesome.
You and I were talking about this before we got on air. Like, it really is hard to bring to take away legitimate football points that might translate into what we know about this team and what they might do in the future. Yeah. But I do think actually there were, you could take things away from Dylan's performance and be like, oh, that is better than I thought it was, or that was impressive. More than just him being accurate. He was good throwing on the move, and that was wildly impressive.
Yeah, it was a game that
was impressive stuff all game.
I saw literally nobody picked this game to be within 20-something points, and yet they over-exceeded, I think, every expectation that I saw. I did not see 168 to nothing on the board.
The spread of this game was 35.5.
And they almost doubled it.
They almost doubled the spread. they almost did the... I've never even heard of that before. A double cover.
Yeah.
At 35.
I've seen some reverse covers back in the day.
Reverse covers are the best term. I didn't know about a reverse cover until I met you. I've never heard anybody use that term before.
Really?
No.
Yeah, but that Illinois game in 2020 really did a number on me. And so it was like, hey, Nebraska got reverse covered.
We should do the rankings of losses that did a number on Josh Peters.
Well, I think that's called the Groin Kick Chronicles.
Hey! Plug!
We'll go to the phones in just a moment as we await Matt Rule. This episode of Big Red Overreaction brought to you by Dingman's Collision Center and Mechanical Repair. Many tweets, many comments, many text messages, many YouTube chats that we will get through throughout tonight's entire show. But let us go as we kick this thing off to the hotline right now. And we're going to chat with Brett about this 68-0 Nebraska victory. Hello, Brett.
Hey, Josh, how's it going, guys? Great feeling tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'll keep it short and sweet. I've called in here from a brewery in Boulder, Colorado, about an hour before the game ended before. And sitting here, my cousin's wearing a Bud Light costume. The old girlfriend got home from her bartending gig, and everything feels great. Best result from a Husker game since my old man, my brother, and I went to the Idaho State game 13 years ago. So go Big Red.
Yep.
And hope you guys are having a great time. No complaints. Just we're calling in to say go Big Red and cheers.
Brett, thank you for the call.
Cheers to you, Brett.
What a great uplifting phone call on the Jay Stinnett Contracting Hotline as we kick things off. He mentioned the Idaho State win. I got a text from Josh Hodson about a half hour ago. He said, here's a stat to find: largest margin of victory in the Big Red Overreaction era. That previously was. Nebraska won that game 73-7. They won by 66 points. Tonight's game now overtakes it. This is, you and I are involved in the GOAT Big Red Overreaction game. Not to brag.
I need to report something.
Okay.
The line closed. Can shout out to Krecky in the YouTube chat, because it got up to, I think it opened at 35.5. It got down to 34.5. The line closed at 33.5 officially.
Double cover.
Did it. They did the double cover.
Double cover. Wow. Speaking of covering, that is what Mississippi State is doing, and they're about to win on the money line because they're up 24-20 on Arizona State with 30 seconds to go. They're down in Stark Vegas. Clenga. Arizona State now. Oh, yikes.
Oh, that's
ball game. Arizona State will drop on what has turned into a wild Saturday in college football. This is now the second top 20 upset that we have seen. Michigan is on their way towards their first loss of the year. They're down 21-13. And Oklahoma has 4th and goal with 1:48.
The Big 12 might end up having their own 2007 NCAA football season.
You think so?
Oh my God, it's so competitive.
Either that or Iowa State is a wagon, maybe.
Yeah. Potentially.
Because they look pretty good.
But I thought TCU was going to be good before their week 1 victory against North Carolina, and Baylor won today. They went on the road and beat a ranked SMU team.
Oh, interesting. Any thoughts on that?
What?
I just was wondering if there's any.
It was an incredible sweat.
Okay. Let's go back.
If you follow me on Twitter, I'm insufferable.
Let's go back to the phones. Matt Rule will be on with us. Not with us. We'll go to Matt Rule. Unless he wants to join us. If Peter gets him, shout out to Peter. Let's go to the phones, though, and welcome Jim now to the conversation here on Big Red Overreaction. Hello, Jim.
Hi, guys. I love your show. Last week I called in and I said we weren't throwing the ball deep enough.
Yeah.
Obviously, Matt Rule listened to me. When Holgerson leaves in a couple of years, do you think I should send him my resume?
Not a bad idea, Jim. He's definitely a listener of Big Red Overreaction.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'll hang up and listen.
All right.
Thanks, Jim.
All right. Take care, guys.
You know what? That would be great if all the Husker fans sent in their resumes when certain coaching positions opened up.
Hey, look, I'd love to be the new running backs coach. I'd love to.
That was oddly specific.
He was on the brain. There were multiple coaches who were on the brain, and this is something that we can talk about over the course of the night.
Sure.
We had talked a lot about big plays this week. They executed that swimmingly. We talked about the running back room and how we wanted to see someone other than Emmett Johnson. We saw the backups, and they actually look pretty good. Mosey, especially, has a nice play.
As a nice little pass catcher. He's a tough son of a gun to bring down.
Yeah, he showed that multiple times in the third and fourth quarters. Makai Nelson, he had a little scoot to his game. Kind of ran into the blocker sometimes, though.
I was going to say that.
And Quentin Ives had that touchdown.
Yeah.
Anything to say on that?
He looks, maybe not the fastest out of everybody.
There's a lot of room.
But maybe he was just jogging in. Who am I to say?
Yeah.
I'm not complaining.
You're not complaining.
I'm not complaining.
And so those guys executed at a pretty high level. The pass rush, they did get a sack for the first time.
Yeah, well,
you broke the news to me, and I was like, wait a second, what?
That was their first. Well, because the McCullough sack, by the way, Sam McCullough, incredible game. Great job for that guy. Awesome. That was taken away because of face mask, unfortunately. So they've only had 1 sack in 2 games, but the pressure obviously was way better tonight than it was Cincinnati.
Oh yeah, they were causing problems with Akron's throw game.
They were causing problems.
They were causing problems
everywhere.
with every facet of Akron's game, and then Akron was causing problems themselves by not catching passes. It was, as you said a few minutes ago.
Yeah,
this is among the worst teams we have seen.
If we were ranking like worst grouping positions in college football, I think the Akron wide receiver room would probably be up there.
Dude, and I am one night removed from going to
stop it.
No, I'm just saying Western Illinois also trash. Now that's an FCS school.
Yeah.
This is an FBS school.
Yeah, this is different.
Well, next week we're going to see an FCS school around here.
That'll be tough.
What do you think? The second quarter maybe to get the backups in next week?
No, I think they actually wanted reps.
Yeah.
They actually wanted reps with the first stringers, and I'm totally fine with that. They needed to iron some things out from Cincinnati.
Yeah.
So it was good.
Yeah.
We definitely were the whole. We were going through the whole get Dylan out of the game because you don't want him to get injured.
I was saying that about Emmett Johnson in the second quarter.
Sure.
I didn't want him out there.
I think there were
anymore.
people saying about that with Emmett in the first quarter.
Well, after his touchdown, the 47-yarder.
There were some people who were like, give Emmett 9 touches.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't. I get.
I said 10.
I get the thinking. I understand the thinking. You still have to keep the engine.
Yeah, Mike says it. Johnson with 14 carries, a little much.
No, that's fine.
It's
you got to keep the legs going.
Yeah, I guess so.
You can't just give him a
next week. He's also going to have just limit them.
More Mosey.
Just limit them because how many carries is he going to have against Michigan in a couple of weeks?
47.
Yeah, exactly. So you don't want to go in with tired legs. It's like me.
Yeah.
I run marathons.
That's a segment for the shows later in the week.
What
would you trust any other running back other than Emmett to run the ball against Michigan? Was segment for later in the week. Josh.
Yeah. Okay. My bad. I don't want to spoil it. Still waiting on Matt Rule, so we'll go back to the phone lines right now and welcome in another Jim. The Jim boys calling into Big Red Overreaction. Hello, Jim.
It's Jim night.
Oh,
first of all, the spotter at the Northwestern game did a great job today.
Or yesterday too, but yeah. Either way, yeah. I'm sure whoever did it is very appreciative of the compliment, Jim.
The players were very safe. Even I know Akron's not a serious opponent, but even back to the Cincinnati game, even our wide receivers just look different this year.
Yes,
Isaiah,
yes,
fun to watch.
Yes,
Dane Key, crazy the stat that he's a 2,000-yard college football receiver. My only question, I really need you to respond, is how good are the Cowboys if our boy CeeDee Lamb can catch a ball?
Jim,
that's all I want to talk about.
Oh, thank you for the call. Second of all, we'd be 1-0 if CeeDee Lamb decided not to drop. He dropped 4 passes that would have totaled another 110 yards, Matt. I'm not angry.
That's the non-football player in you.
I have not woken up the last 2 days and thought about it first thing in the morning every day. I haven't. So don't ask, please.
I'm not going to.
I haven't.
Did you get the Peter Schrager reference there, by the way?
No. What did you say?
That's the non-football player in you?
No.
Did you hear about that?
No.
I
did.
With
yes,
Ryan
with
Clark,
Ryan Clark.
Mr. Apology?
Yeah, that was tough.
Everything's tough now.
Hunter, 4 catches, 82 yards. Barney led the way, 7 for 132. Another player, I'll be honest, Matt, if you would have told me before the game that he was going to be involved that much, I would have said, wait, really? That seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Just because of the injury stuff coming off of the game
that's
last
another
week.
thing too, man. Every time Barney gets hurt, I hold my breath a little bit. And I'm not trying to get on him at all because he's an awesome player and he's super fast and he's great. It's just he's just a smaller guy, and he gets battered.
Yeah, he really does.
Battered.
Cody asked,
but he's tough. He's a tough son of a gun.
Cody texts in, will Happer and Schaefer be calling in on the drive back home?
Maybe. I hope
that would be awesome.
That'd be fun.
Did they carpool?
I have no clue
because we all live really close to each other. And you asked me a question right before we started if I'm going to go to any games. Now I kind of want to go to a game because I could carpool with my West Omaha boys. Like we could, it'd be the camaraderie boys minus one.
Yeah, I'm a downtown.
Yeah, you're
boy.
too far away. We're not picking you up. If you want to ride, you're going to have to meet us out at Westroads or something.
I'll go meet anybody anywhere. Unfortunately, though, I'm working all of the home games.
You are doing a lot. Hey, if you like Matt on Big Red Overreaction, boy, do I have great news for you. If you hate Matt on Big Red Overreaction,
I got bad news for you.
Boy, do I have news for you.
I do want to say this. I am 3-0.
You are 3-0. Overtime continues in East Lansing, by the way. Michigan State 34, Boston College 34 as that game goes on into double OT. I wanted to read this real fast, Matt. Husker Country says, when Devaney retired, my mom sent in her resume when she saw an ad in one of the ads for the Nebraska athletic director. She thought they meant unathletic director, and she was pretty unathletic and sent in her CV.
Didn't they do that when they were taking applications to be the new senator after one of the guys stepped down in Nebraska?
I don't think that's how that works.
No. You said there was a resume to be sent in when I'm almost positive.
Who's the resume sent to? The voter?
I think it's they had to appoint a senator after one of the senators who stepped down. I think this was the seat that Ricketts ended up getting.
Interesting.
That you could send in a resume.
If it works that way.
There was a whole thing. Jack Mitchell did it.
When I think of politics, I think of you. So I'm definitely not going to doubt you.
You'd think of me? I'm just as uninvolved in politics as you
are. By the way, Michigan does fall 24-13 to Oklahoma. And so the Wolverines will most likely be 2-1 now coming into Lincoln, Nebraska in a couple of weeks. And so be interesting to see, Matt, if they're even ranked when that game arrives. They're 15 right now.
They'll be ranked.
I would agree. Probably edge of the top 25. They've just been a little uninspiring. And I have a take that I think might bother you.
Oh, great.
Bryce Underwood, talented, but
well, he just played Brett Venables' defense on the road for his second game. He looked better than any true freshman quarterback last season.
Talented.
If he was true freshman quarterback last season, he'd be the best true freshman quarterback in America.
Wow. Don't say that with the Dylan hive.
What do you mean? I'm just saying he would be. That is a simple observation. Dylan was also a very talented quarterback.
Rod writes, I'm worried about stopping their run game still, though. Some of the schematic stuff on defense we do worries me against them. Yeah, it will be tough. And he can run. I just don't like his throwing. I don't like his throwing motion. And I don't like some of the throws that he has made.
Archie Manning's throwing motion. Also weird.
Very strange. It's a very strange.
Weird.
Yeah. You know what's not weird, though? Our callers. Let's go back to the phones and welcome Ben into the conversation as we still wait for... Oh, Ben, sorry. I'm going to put you back on hold because Matt Rule is literally just about to speak. He is walking to the press conference right now. So let us go to Lincoln and hear from Matt Rule following a 68-0 win by Nebraska over Akron.
Where do you see that? It's not coming up on.
Oh, really? Here,
yeah, are they not going live on their YouTube?
No, it's on the Twitter. Interesting. That's wild that it wouldn't be on their YouTube just yet. But yeah, it is.
All right, we'll go to the Twitter.
All right, perfect. So, do you need me to send it to you, Peter?
Might need a quick moment since the YouTube does not want to have the.
No, you're
presser,
good. You're good. You're good. We can kill a couple more
Twitter's
seconds.
Not usually the first one.
I know. That was the first thing that I saw. And so, yeah, his press conference just beginning right now. So we'll go to this, and then you can load up the phone lines right now if you'd like to listen in at 402-951-1620. And you can listen to what Matt Rule has to say, and then we will take your calls for the rest of the night here on Big Red Overreaction.
All right, hang on.
All right, still efforting Matt Rule. It's like when a guest.
Hey, Peter, get it together.
Can you tell I haven't done this in months?
Come on, Peter.
It's okay, Peter. We believe in you,
Peter. Peter,
we believe in you, Peter. That's wild that it's not on YouTube, though.
All right.
All right. We're good to go?
Thank you, Twitter.
Let's go to Lincoln, Nebraska. Here's
Give
Matt
it up
Rule.
for Peter.
Maybe.
Pete?
Now.
So, excited for him. So with that, I'll answer all your guys' questions. There's probably things you can look on the film and quibble about, but was that about as complete a performance as you've had since you've been here, and how gratifying is it to have it after a week where you wanted to fix some things?
Yeah, I mean, I thought we played pretty well last week. Really, it's most of the, I mean, it wasn't good enough. I mean, I'm always going to look for better. Like, I mean, I'm going to say, look, this is not good enough, but it's still, we were a pretty good football team last week. I think I'll watch the tape and just, I'll just try to do the same thing I did last week. Just look at the things that were good, look at the things that were bad. Obviously, first and goal inside the 5 and to not get it in is not good enough. To fumble the ball on the goal line is not good enough. But at the same time, we also came back with sort of a what's next attitude. I hated the fact that they were able to drive the ball before the half and have a chance at a field goal. I hated the fact they were able to drive the ball and start the second half. But credit to our guys. They came off and they blocked it. I love the intensity of our guys on the sideline, the Bufords demanding that we block it. So I'm sure there's gonna be lots and lots and lots of things. And we're not here to comment on the overall. We're here to just keep fixing all the things that we see, and different things will come up. So, but I think a lot of in general, all three sides put it together. So pleased with that.
Dylan seemed super comfortable tonight. I mean, 24 of 31 is pretty strong. I mean, how does this rank amongst other performances he's had under you?
I don't think anyone gave him nearly enough. I mean, I told the TV guys before the game, I said, yeah, Dylan's done a good job of blocking out the noise. A lot of guys are talking about his performance last week, not pushing. He completed he was one of the only quarterbacks in the country. He completed 33 passes last week. He completed his last 9 last week and first 11 this week, or vice versa. Last 11 last week and first 9 this week. I think he was superb last week. I thought early on, to be quite honest, his feet were a little bit out of whack. I thought Dana did a good job of getting him in phase, and I thought he was in command. Anytime we can throw the ball this many times and not have to worry about throwing it in interceptions, I think we feel really good about it. I think everyone has to get used to the fact that when Dylan plays really well, I don't want to see a ton of wow plays. I don't want to see him run around throwing the ball sideways. I want to see him play quarterback. And what Dylan's doing is he's playing quarterback. He's elite before the snap. And I just hope everyone, across the country appreciates it the way I know most of you guys do. Like, he's just getting us in the right play, making the right check. There's not a lot of things that are off. And most of playing quarterback happens actually before the snap. And I think he's just so elevated in that regard. So we're able to get to a lot of things. There's a lot of plays, I'm sure, when he looks at it, he'll say, I need to do this better, that better. But I just think he's ascending and getting better and better every week.
I think you played a lot of defensive guys in this game, but early Headshot came in and produced a lift for you. Got safety. I almost wanted to play before. What did you see out of him, and how bright is his future moving ahead now?
Yeah, I was disappointed we didn't play Cade more last week. Kind of the way we have it stacked is it's like Cam, Williams, and Cade at the same position, and they're all 3 really good players. And so and it's just sort of the position, right? Like, they all kind of fit that. So just trying to move guys around, like Cam Lenhart played nose tackle tonight at one point. Like, he was in our 5-down package. I think Cade's an excellent player. I think he makes big plays. He plays really hard. The more he plays, the better he'll get. But if I may, Cam was one of our captains tonight. Cam elected to have surgery this week. He went Tuesday afternoon for surgery. He elected to practice Tuesday morning, which means he couldn't eat after midnight. So he went out to a full padded practice, which everyone acts like our practices are crazy. Our players, I'm saying, they come out like, oh, coach, we got to do what today? Cam walked out there, no food in his stomach, no water, had a little bit of water, some Gatorade, then couldn't have anything after that. He practiced, had surgery, and practiced the next day. So, when people ask me about year 3, Coach, it has nothing to do with me. It's about guys like Cam. And so we're just have to continue to find ways, Sean, to get Cam and Williams and Cade on the field. And I think that's one of the things that Terry did a great job of this week, as did John. Like, we had a lot more packages to play different guys in as we get more and more comfortable. And I think that's excellent. Like, we had a lot more packages where Donnie went in and we played with 3 corners. So really, really good, nice job by the defensive staff, I thought, to make sure that we were just rotating guys without just rotating them, but giving guys roles. Gabe Moore played his first football for us tonight. And it looked like out there, this is a guy that he didn't have his first full practice until Tuesday of this week. And it looked like he played pretty well too. So looking forward to those guys just continuing to ascend and improve.
Kind of surgery.
His hand done. I don't know the exact, something that he was able to play through, but had some sort of injury to his thumb and his hand. Played with a cast tonight.
How much can it help guys' confidence when it is a night of first for a lot of things, like Quinn Clark's first touchdown, Makai's first touchdown? Yeah, a lot of guys did think for the first time, and what that can do for them going forward.
Yeah, well, Quinn, for me, that's a special Husker moment there. Obviously, his father, great player here, passed away. Never forget when we offered him, Coop and I were in the end zone at a camp, and he just kept running around. I was like, Vershawn and Damon and a bunch of guys that kept sending me his tape. And I said, we'll get him to camp. He came to camp, and he's running around, this big athlete. I remember walking up finally and being like, because we were in Memorial. We were in the north end of Memorial. I said, well, where's your mom? He said, she's right there. So, ironically enough, she was standing there. I said, walk over here. And we offered him a scholarship in the end zone at Memorial Stadium. And, just think about, his father not being there, but probably looking down on him in a place that meant a lot to him. And so, he scored that touchdown. Me, like I'm the most like non-celebrant. I yelled at Dane, like, go get that ball. And we got it for him. And Quinn's a guy that's coming on. Makai, I knew Makai was coming. I was really proud of Makai. Like, the only time, him and I are both from PA, so we talk a lot of trash to each other. The only thing he said to me all night was, hey, on kickoff, he's like, you want me to make another kickoff tackle on kickoff? Because he made a tackle on kickoff. So a lot of those guys are really good players. Their time is coming. My challenge to the guys, both before the game and at halftime, was, to finish the game and have a killer instinct and not let people lie around. And I thought we did that. We were in there. I called everyone up, and even Marquise was like, we've never done this before. We've never had a 68-0. Again, that's not an FCS game. That's a group of 5 team. And so happy for them that they did that. Just won't, at the end of the year, we won't be talking about this game. So we did it. Now we got to move on.
Now, what did you make of Emmett's performance tonight? And following the fumble, what did you say to him, and how did you see him respond?
Yeah, I didn't say anything to Emmett after he fumbled. Just said, hey, put the next back in. You're not going to fumble and play the next, go right back in. And so, but I thought we've, great job with Donnie and Danny continuing to go to it. We ran like the fake speed sweep, inside zone slice play that hit consistently. So we kept going back to it. I thought Emmett was excellent there. One of the things I loved about what Emmett did tonight that I saw, I don't like to comment too much on the football until I watch the tape, but most times when he breaks out, he looks to cut it back. And tonight you saw him trust his long speed and make long runs. And to me, that's his training. And I think I've said to you guys, like, hey, I see a different back during training camp. And I think you saw a little bit of that tonight. He fumbled. We put the other guys in as the ball got down near the goal line. I said, hey, put him back in. Like, he just want to make sure he knows, like, we can't do that. And it's not the result. It's, we go to 5 points of ball security. We go to the X factor, Again, I couldn't see how exactly it happened, but the ball was, the ball was in his left arm. He started left, cut the ball back right. We want to go to 5 points and score. He didn't. Ball came out. But to his point, I was like, hey, what's next? Get back in there. And then after he scored later, he said, Coach, what's next? So when the players start saying the things like that, then they're bought into it. The bad things are going to happen. How do you overcome adversity?
You see from TJ Lateef his composure in his first appearance.
Yeah, one thing about Dana, he's not going to put him in there and just hand the ball off. He knows he needs to play. And I thought he did a nice job. He found some guys on the over routes. Great catch by Keelan Smith. We've never truly seen like him live. So like the one run he had, I knew he could run, but like he ran. That was a dynamic play. Did a nice job pulling the ball again later, which those aren't designed quarterback reads. That's a read if you need to. And it was great to see him do that. So I think I said a couple times, he's not someone who gets too overwhelmed by the moment. Like he's kind of excited to go back in there. We started challenging him 2 weeks ago. Like, hey, if something happens, you have to go in and play, and you're struggling to call the play calls because you're not prepared. A lot of people could be looking at you, and he's answered that. He's in there early. He's working hard. I thought he was poised. I thought he did a really nice job. And so he'll add the dynamic element of being able to run the football while at the still time you saw him push the ball down the field. You saw him throw touch passes. And I think it shows how much we trust him that we allowed him to do that in a game like that, where obviously a shutout, specifically to me, a shutout was important to us because I believe in the defense having that, the fact that we let him throw it so much. Go ahead, Mitch. I'm sorry. I didn't want to cut you off.
I just wondered, and maybe you don't even know this at this point, but with TJ, is it a 4-game plan, or do you expect that he'll play whenever you need it?
TJ's going to play as needed. Yeah, he's our backup.
Monday, you talked about the fans like meeting their wives or husbands here at games. Did you know that Luke was going to propose after the game?
Oh yeah. He had asked. He had asked ahead of time. I mean, not asked. Like, hey, do you care if I do this after the game? He didn't ask for my permission. I think he probably asked her dad that. Yeah. So I mean, I think it was really, really important for me. I didn't want to think about that. I wanted to think about the game. But once the game was in hand, I think it was really important for me that his teammates were there. Like, Luke's a devout Christian, and he's someone who's openly shares his faith, and he's someone who rallies teammates of all ages and all places and all ethnicities and diversity. I mean, he just is there for everybody, and he's behind them all. So just to see the joy on everyone's face, to see him, I think that was really, really cool. I think it's one of the great stories of this era of Husker football. Here's this kid who's a walk-on that's probably making a bigger impact off the field than he is on the field. But I think tonight he made a one-hand catch with I couldn't tell on the far side. One-hand catch, scored a touchdown. So I was like, if she's ever going to say yes, she will tonight. So, but no, I'm happy for him. I know he loves her, and beautiful thing.
Good.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
That is Matt Rule in Lincoln, Nebraska, following Nebraska's 68-0 win over Akron. This edition of Big Red Overreaction is brought to you by the Prairie Flower Casino. Play longer, win more. Also brought to you by Peerless Energy Systems, your local compressed air systems experts. When we return, Randy, Jaden, Ben, Nate, and Dan the Corn Man will all join us on the Jay Sinnott Contracting Hotline to discuss Nebraska's 68-point win over the Akron Zips. The Zips score zip. Look at that, headline writers. I just gave you your headline. Also, Matt, we have some complaints.
Do we?
Not about us, but about Nebraska's performance. We get to those when we return. This is Big Red Overreaction. Josh Peterson, Matt McMaster with you. We got Peter Krenzer hanging out. Jake Janicek learning. This is a full house.
It is a house of love and a house of winning.
It's a house of going to commercials, a short commercial break, and discussing where we went on O Street when we were in college. That kind of night. Let us know when we bring you on the phone. Brothers for him, Sandy's for me, etc., etc. There we go. That's how it's done. All right. So much more to come here on 1620 The Zone and 1019 The Keg. Nebraska 68, Akron 0. It is Big Red Overreaction. More to come next on 1620 The Zone and 1019 The Keg.
Hello, I'm Doug Nodgaard with Equitable Bank. If you've ever wanted to have your cake and eat it too, there's good news. You can have that every day at Equitable Bank. You get state-of-the-art mobile banking as well as online banking. And if you ever forget your password, don't worry. You can give us a call at 402-827-8100, and we'll answer it on the first ring to help. Equitable Bank, we take banking personally. Member FDIC.
At Dingman's, we understand that when you bring your vehicle to us, you're entrusting us with your safety and peace of mind. As part of this community, we're here to look after you and your family, just like we would our own. Our skilled technicians ensure every detail is handled with care, and our personal touch sets us apart. As your neighbors and fellow community members, we take pride in caring for the vehicles that keep our community moving. Locally owned and locally trusted. At Dingman's, we would rather be the best than apologize for anything less. Visit dingmans.com.
Life gets hectic, and that can pull away from your wellness goals. So when you finally focus on your health, why get lost in a sea of impersonal options? Discover No Name Nutrition, your family-owned health food haven with personalized service. We'll guide you to the best choices for your journey. 2 convenient locations in Omaha, ready to support your well-being. No Name Nutrition, proudly fostering healthier lives. Visit nonamenenutrition.com today, 144th and Center or North 72nd Street.
When it comes to protecting your home, Jay Sinnott Contracting takes pride in ensuring every detail is handled. Roofing, siding, gutters. When it comes to the exterior of your home, Jay Sinnott Contracting has you covered. This fall, consider gutter guards to block debris and prevent clogs and save you the hassle of regular maintenance. Schedule a consultation today and let Jay Sinnott Contracting's expert team and durable gutter guards ensure your gutters are working properly in every season. Jay Sinnott Contracting. We have you covered. JSCRestoration.com.
It's Big Red Overreaction, brought to you by Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. Big Red Overreaction continues in 1 minute on 1620 The Zone and 1019 The Keg.
Sunday morning is all about church, bacon, and the Sunday paper. Right next to church and bacon, Sunday's made for hot takes and reactions on Severe Reaction. Join me, Michael Severe, Sunday on 1620 The Zone with Severe Reaction from 8 to 10 after every game. What went right, what went wrong, and an honest take on what happened on game day. We'll also take calls from the most important voice of all, yours. Severe Reaction, Sunday mornings from 8 to 10, powered by Equitable Bank. We take banking personally, and by Nebraska Medicine, together extraordinary on 1620 The Zone.
When you're looking for your next win, get to Prairie Flower Casino and get ready to score big. Play and win on hundreds of slot machines. Hit the PFC Sportsbook for all the gaming action. Starting September 8th, play live table games including blackjack and match bonus, roulette, and exclusive to Prairie Flower in the market, Bonus Spin Extreme, the next evolution of table gaming. Play longer, win more at Prairie Flower Casino, just minutes north of downtown Omaha. Must be 21. Please bet responsibly.
Big Red Overreaction now on 2 big stations. KOOO, La Vista, Omaha, Council Bluffs. KOZN, Bellevue, Omaha, Council Bluffs. Sound off on 1620 The Zone and 1019 The K. Now back to Big Red Overreaction, presented with limited commercial interruption by Equitable Bank. We take banking personally, and by Dingman's Collision Center and Mechanical Repair on 1620 The Zone and 1019 The K.
It is Big Red Overreaction here on 1620 The Zone and 1019 The Keg, brought to you by Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. Josh Peterson of Unsportsmanlike Conduct, Matt McMaster of Gary and Matt, and the most important voice of all, yours.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Peter.
No, well, yes, Peter does chime in from time to time, which is very important. Always good to find out what's going on.
Peter's
Peter's
the straw.
Peter's
No, you
brain.
want the straw that stirs the drink. The drink is made by the listeners.
Peter is stirring
And
the
what a
rank
drink!
of our
And what a
listeners.
drink it is.
Because, I don't want to go into the deep analogy.
Hokey Skirt with a great question on the YouTube chat. How grumpy is Josh that they didn't score 69? Very sad. That could have been. They should have gone for 2.
How funny would it have been if they went for 2?
And then they missed it, and then everyone would have been
Matt
mad.
Rules. Matt Rule comes up to the podium. Matt, you got any opening statements?
Nice.
It's a nice score, right?
By the way, UCLA just scored a touchdown, I believe, and they are now within 4 points, extra point pending. I think they got a pick 6. Maybe they just have the ball. I don't know. They're not changing the score bug. There we go. Thank God.
We live in a crazy time that the CW has a better score bug than NFL Fox.
It is pretty wild. Speaking of Matt Rule and maybe doing something that could be viewed as disrespectful, we got a text, Matt, from one of our glorious, handsome, beautiful listeners, Jay Skirtod. Very minor. You better get to know a guy like Jay Skirtod, by the way.
Okay.
With what's going on with you. Very minor.
What does that mean?
Was it odd on the 47-yard touchdown run by Johnson in the first quarter? He didn't shift the ball to his outside arm. Also, was it disrespectful to run plays? No. And was it disrespectful to run plays under the 2-minute warning? Matt, your thoughts? What about the shifting of the arm and disrespectful plays?
You know what? Jay Skirtod's totally right. That type of stuff isn't going to work against Michigan. You got to make sure that you're protecting yourself from the outside ball. Keep it close to the sideline. That way, if they punch it out, it goes out of bounds and you keep the ball.
Always important.
Always important to do that.
Always important.
Can't believe Johnson didn't think of that when he was running into the end zone with nobody by him.
Also, I don't have time to look this up to confirm if it's true or not from Dave in the YouTube chat, but he writes, did you know since 2000, Akron has averaged 7.5 points in non-conference games?
Really?
I hope that that's true.
Don't they have 11 wins in 7 years?
They're really bad. Poor Joe Moorhead. They have 0 points this year, Matt. They have not scored.
Oh, yeah, that was crazy. I had no clue when they kicked that field goal and it doinked.
Yeah, they have not scored. They have not scored, as Happer pointed out last night, since 2 days before Thanksgiving. That's the last time they scored a football point.
That's almost as good as Northwestern didn't win in America for 2 years.
That's right.
That was absolutely incredible.
Your Northwestern Wildcats.
Well, yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think my favorite nugget, because my co-host gives a lot of different statistical nuggets throughout the week.
Sure.
My favorite one that I was told this week was Virginia Tech hasn't beaten a power opponent outside of the ACC since 2017.
That is insane. That's 8 years ago, Matt.
It was 8 years ago.
That was 8 years ago. This is Big Red Overreaction, brought to you by Prairie Flower Casino. Play longer, win more. Let us go back to the Jay Stinnett contracting hotline, and wouldn't you know it, but Dan the Corn Man is up next year on Big Red Overreaction on 1620 The Zone and 1019 The Keg. Hello, Dan.
Greetings, fellas. It is a beautiful night, isn't it?
It absolutely is, Dan.
Actually, the weather is great.
Yeah, it actually is beautiful.
It's a beautiful, brisk, full night.
Yeah.
Continue, Dan.
Truly, actually, it is. But speaking of 69, and then I got one other thing.
Nice.
It'll be quick.
Attaboy.
I was going to say, yeah, we should have ran a couple more plays to get down to the 30 or something, and then have that Aussie punter come out and try to do a drop kick, like Doug Flutie.
Oh, my gosh, Dan, yes.
Cool. That would have been absolutely cool. And another thing I'm grateful for, I'm convinced there is a God now, because in 2018, this game was scheduled and it was rained out. If we had played that game, we absolutely 100% would have lost it, and they would have hung it over our heads for the next 100 years if we had seen them again today.
Thank you, Dan.
That's great, Dan.
No problem.
Dan the Corn Man. I like it. Most people say, oh, man, if we would have played that game, Nebraska would never have been bad under Scott Frost.
Scott Frost would still be the coach.
Dan says, no, we would have lost anyway. It would have been terrible. Well done by you, Dan the Corn Man.
Whole question. After that Nebraska win, do you believe in God?
That is an excellent question. Here we go. Jesse with another critique.
Oh, Jesse.
Who is going to talk about the stupid challenge? Lost a timeout. Remember that challenge, Matt?
Yeah, I mean, it was a weird play. It was up against the goal line.
Interesting. Carrying the water. Matt's carrying the water. Let's see if Jaden is carrying the water. Back to the phones we go. Hello, Jaden.
Hey, guys. How we doing?
Doing great.
I'm stewing a little. I felt like this could be a time for us to make a statement to the college football playoffs. Like, we could have been going for 2, and then the second half, I didn't even see Dylan, and damn, where's Caputo been all season?
Thank you, Jaden.
Everyone's mad about the double cover. They wanted the triple cover. They wanted 99-0.
That would have been really, really cool.
If they scored 80 points, that would have been cool.
Yeah, they haven't done that, I don't believe, since the 80s, since 1983.
Incredible.
Wes writes, I love how BTN showed the light show. Props to them. That was an awesome moment in the studio because at one point, Matt goes, what is that? I don't know what that is.
The guy catching the ball. I had no clue what I was looking at.
Yeah, and the only reason I figured it out was because I saw the number 7. And so I was like, oh, it's Malcolm Hartzog last week. Gosh.
I love Andy Jackson. I love the volleyball team, but one critique, didn't really love the interview while the play. I don't like it when they do it. And it's not
Big
an
Ten
Andy
Network
Jackson
did a
thing.
fine job. I love Big Ten
Do you
Network.
remember when they brought in Eddie George during the Ohio State game? Like it was the red-white spring game? Just let's stop doing the in-house interviews with people who aren't a part of the game while play is going on.
The critiques continue to come in, Matt. This time a texter from the 402. Who designed the tiny-handed fella in the baseball-ish helmet throwing a meatloaf? Doesn't like the Big Red Overreaction logo. Now, that person doesn't work here anymore, but I like the Big Red Overreaction logo. Take that, 402er. Take that, 402er.
I can make a new one.
Whoa, is this true? This cannot be true. From the 308, 1995 was the last time we held an opponent to 0 in Memorial Stadium, and it was against Oklahoma. That is not true. I was at a Nicholls State game in 2006, and they didn't score a point.
I can look that up.
Nebraska.
We had Jay Moore, who played in that Nicholls State game on the show.
Look at you. Nice get, Jimmy.
I think he's been a regular guest for a while. I don't think that
nice get. Shane. I don't know.
I have no
Who do you want me
clue
to give credit to?
You don't need to give credit to anybody.
No credit to anybody. I'll give credit, hopefully, to Ben on what is about to be the best phone call of the night. Hello, Ben. You're on Big Red Overreaction on 1620 The Zone and 1019 The Keg.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Agree that this may be the best phone call of the night. Just need you guys to solve a debate for me. So I had buddies text me during the game, and we were arguing back and forth on the goal line. What was it, a safety? Was it not a safety on the back of the quarterback?
Yes.
I think it was, and they were calling me all sorts of names and ganging up on me, telling me that I was wrong and I don't know football. I think it was a safety. His forward momentum stopped. He ran himself backwards and got tackled in the end zone. Just curious what you guys think.
Ben, excellent question. Excellent phone call. Don't know if it's question of the night or phone call of the night, but it's still pretty good. What do you think?
Probably wasn't, because he barely got the ball over, but I could totally see them doing it the other way and saying there's not enough conclusive evidence. So when the ball is on the half-yard line like that, it really just depends on what the original call was.
There were like 2 forward momentums inside of the play, and they just decided to stick with the first one. So he gets past the goal line, and then he is pushed back, and he fights a little bit more, but he then was unable to.
Yes.
If they would have called it, as you basically just pointed out, a safety on the field, they would have stuck with the safety.
They would have stuck with safety.
But because they said that it wasn't, honestly, I think that was Ben. I think both sides are right. I honestly think it was a call, kind of an impossible call. I could have argued both ways. I wasn't surprised they didn't
progress. It's all wonky all the time. I mean, it's just seriously. I mean, I just always think of the Adrian Martinez 2021 Michigan game in terms of like what forward progress may or may not be like. So I never
Hot take. I always thought that was the proper call.
I did it, but we don't have to hash that out right here. By the way, you were wrong. Nebraska
Was it Louisiana?
No, but Nebraska beat Nichols 56-7.
Damn it! In the chat, they're pointing out the shut up 300 sellout. 300 sellout in against Louisiana Lafayette or Louisiana. I don't remember what they were called anymore.
Was it Tech or Lafayette?
It would have been the artist formerly known as Louisiana Lafayette, or they were Louisiana. I think they were still Lafayette. Okay. I don't think it wasn't like Social Network. Drop the. Yeah. I think that they still had the Lafayette. Drop the Lafayette.
What an overrated movie.
What the hell? We're having a great time. We're busting balls. We're drinking beers.
We have another caller.
We do, but now I want to do big Social Network overreaction.
Get calling.
Last call of the segment. Let's go to Randy. Randy, what's going on? Hey there, Randaroo.
Hey, Randy from Elkhorn. I've got 2 questions for you guys.
All right.
First question is EJ, is he going to be able to handle 30-plus carries a game throughout the season? And second question is TJ Lateef, is he going to be our number 2 running back? Back to you guys.
Thanks, Randy. Matt, I'll let you take that one. What do you think?
Can anybody do 30 touches a game over a 13-game season? Probably not. Unless your name's Mo Ibrahim.
Or Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
He somehow is able to do it.
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah.
Up until he's 32. So probably not.
McCaffrey's already on the IR.
Geez.
Stop doing it. Stop giving him the ball.
I highly doubt that Emmett Johnson more than one more time this year is going to get 30 touches.
And that's why, I know that this has turned into joke show. Like, we're just having a fun time because they won 68-0.
Yeah.
But I do not want to see him touch the ball that much. You just don't need to. We know what he is.
So it was 14 tonight, correct? That's perfect.
14.
Was it 14 touches?
Let's see. So
14
he had
touches tonight is perfect. Give him 14 touches next
16
week.
touches because he had 2 catches.
16 touches here.
His best game, another career, best game ever on the ground.
16 touches next week. You want to keep the legs going. You want to keep them hot. You want to give them some reps. You don't want to fully be like, hey, you're not going to see in-game action for 2 weeks before you play Michigan.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely not. He doesn't need to go anything over 16, 17 touches next week against Houston Christian.
And then Lateef, backup running back?
No, but backup quarterback, very capable.
Dude, I think the TJ Lateef hive is going to be growing. I think people are going to be in on
he is
Lateef.
Athletic. He is very athletic.
Drake writes, the most important voice of all, the one that makes you regret getting on the internet. Don't say that, Drake, because we got phone calls to take when we return. This edition of Big Red Overreaction on 1620 The Zone and 1019 The Keg is brought to you by No Name Nutrition. Live a better, healthier, more natural life. This edition is also brought to you by Dingman's Collision Center and Mechanical Repair. Josh and Matt with you for the foreseeable future. We do have a couple lines open, though, for you right now.
We do.
402-951-1620. Give us a call. Hit us up in the YouTube chat. Can we get some thumbs up in the YouTube chat? Send us your favorite emoji right now.
Like and subscribe.
Chat. Yeah, just put all sorts of words and emojis.
And we're still taking a poll on what your favorite place to drink at on O Street is after a game.
That's what I want from the calls in our next segment. So Tyler, Joel, and Hubert.
Get ready.
I want you to let me know your favorite watering hole when you were in college.
Why?
It could be the watering hole.
Why is it Harry's Wonder Bar?
Why is it Harry's Wonder Bar? I have no idea. Why was it the McDonald's parking lot? These are the questions that we'll figure out when we return. Stay tuned. It is Big Red Overreaction here on 1620 The Zone and 1019 The Keg.
Peerless Energy Systems is Nebraska and Iowa's locally owned and operated authorized solar air compressor distributor. Peerless Energy Systems provides products and solutions for compressed air systems, helping companies in manufacturing, food processing, transportation,
to the negative things that we're used to doing.
Yeah, though the audio was out of the chat there, Peter. We got it back in. Sorry to the radio, the YouTube chat. It was when you flip things around. We're good to go now. I popped over to YouTube and I said, why are there 43 comments? People must really be letting us know about emojis and where they were drinking when they were in college. Husker Country, how TF you guys F up the audio between segments. We got stuff going on.
It's Peter's fault.
Wow. I mean, it is, but you didn't have to say it. It's certainly not my fault.
I'm sorry, Peter.
It's not Matt's fault.
No, a lot of things are my fault. And
Mike says, what did we miss? Mike, great question. Nebraska special teams tonight. You could make an argument best in a decade is kind of what I would say.
Oh God, yeah.
All right. Perfect.
Also, too,
got you caught up.
Let's talk this real quick. Like, isn't it great kind of knowing Tyler Cunnan's got most things like within 40 yards? At least it seems like it. Like, it's not like he's squeaking all these field goals in. The guy's made a 50+ yarder at this point. He's made a 22 yarder on a bad angle. He's made a couple. He made a couple today. Like, it just seems like they just got the units. They just got the dudes. Kenneth Williams, though, on the kick returns should have more kick return yards.
Dude, every time Stibbs writes, leave Peter alone. Yeah, leave.
I'm sorry. That was
Peter.
I love Peter.
That was really mean. I'm just kidding, Matt. Just kidding. I would agree with
valid.
You. He always runs.
No, Peter knows I'm one of his biggest fans. I just like giving Peter some crap.
Wow, interesting. Let's go back to the phones and find out what's on Joel's mind here on the Jay Stinnett Contracting Hotline. Hello, Joel. Uh-oh. Joel. Wow.
Joel.
Man, it could have been Joel's moment in the sun.
Let's go to Herbert.
Hubert.
My bad.
Yeah.
I got a bad angle.
Wow. Let's go to Hubert indeed. Hello, Hubert.
Hey, it's Jaden, and I'm really stewing now. You guys didn't answer my question about Caputo. And where's Flossin, damn it?
Okay. Come on now. Are we
so was that Hubert or Jaden?
This is that car with the people. Let's get ready for Aiden and Jaden and all these people in the same car. They're about to start calling. There was an overreaction we did last year.
Really?
I'm serious. The same car, 3 phone calls got in somehow.
Hell yeah. I
and
love
then
that.
there was a YouTube chat. There was a woman there who he wanted to talk to her.
Why not?
It was wild.
It's incredible.
It was wild. Chase writes, Skurs by 80+ if we didn't have any early mistakes. Go big, mother Red.
Damn those early mistakes.
Not
going to work against Michigan.
Yeah. Back to the phones we go. Let's see what Tyler would like to chat about. Hello, Tyler.
What's up? How we doing?
Great, Tyler.
Dude, GBR. No, so I got a response to Ben. He called a while ago.
Okay.
About the whole.
The safety, right?
Was it a safety? Was it not a safety? Okay, so I'm Ben's younger brother, and I need you guys to tell me I'm right. So his forward progress was stopped. Nose of the football was ahead of the goal line.
Yeah,
which means that it's not a safety, and that the whole forward progress thing isn't a reviewable thing anyway, since it's a judgment call. So can we please just tell him that he's wrong, and we can all move forward with our lives, and we can move on to Houston Christian.
Tyler, if that's what you want,
I mean,
we're telling him he's wrong.
Why do we need to tell him call on the field vindicated Tyler? Didn't they?
Tyler, why does it need to be us?
Didn't they say on the field, hey, it's not a safety? Just use that. I
appreciate you thinking that much of it. Yeah. By the way, Sean writes, y'all remember when you'd fart and have to say safety before someone else would say doorknob?
Yeah.
I think we should start calling safeties doorknobs. Oh my God.
Do you ever heard of safety no bear?
No, I don't know. Is that a Chicago thing?
No, it's a young person thing. If you don't say safety and somebody says bear, you have to roar like a bear.
Okay. Like my generation never did that, but that's pretty funny.
It's a great one.
Doorknob was awesome. God, man. There was some meme tonight on the internet that just totally went over my head. I feel like I'm 100 years old. I texted I texted Austin about it. I said it was the one where it said like bottom text and I said, hey, is this a meme? What's going on here?
Wait. My butt. Look, this is me. My buddy's made a meme of me.
I don't
like
understand
that.
it.
No, it's a meme.
God.
It's just like because you always put top text and bottom text, and then it's like a fun little meme thing. People started making fun of that meme and saying just put bottom text.
Drake writes, man, Josh is old. It's wild. Like one moment I'm your age and I'm on the radio and they're like, shut up, man. You don't know anything. And then the next thing I don't get memes anymore. It's so sad.
Were memes alive when you were my age?
All right. I am going to murder you on the radio tonight. Let's see when it'll happen. Let's go back to the phones. Jason at Contracting Hotline. Zach is up next here on Big Red Overreaction on 1620 The Zone and 1019 The Keg. Hello, Zach.
What's up, guys? This is Third Down Zach. If you recall, I called last year after the Wisconsin game. You guys thought I had a few too many. It was not the truth.
Okay.
Because I was just having way too much fun on third down. So that's my new alias. I'm calling my buddy Ryan from the car. I got two questions for you guys.
Okay.
First one goes to Matt. Matt, I had a sports data analytics class with you in college, and when you presented, you had a McMaster score.
Yes.
My question for you is, what is your McMaster score of the game tonight?
Yeah.
And my second question is this. I had someone tell me to sit down tonight because I was sitting up. We were sat in north end zone. And I'm throwing the bones on third down. Yeah, it's third down. I'm having fun. It's the first time I heard the third down bell tolls in 250 days. And someone tapped on my back to ask me to sit down. I said, are you out of your gourd? I paid good money for these seats. I'm going to enjoy the game and stand up. My question on that is, was I out of line for wanting to stand up the entire time?
No.
Absolutely not, Zach.
No. You paid a lot of money for those seats.
Thank you. Third down, Zach. That's your name?
That's my new alias. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Third down, Zach. Oh, sorry, Zach.
Zach and I were in the same class.
Do you know him?
No, I have no clue who
that is. Awesome.
But he's right. He's totally.
Yeah, you showed me your. Yeah. What do they call it, Peter? When it's a serial killer, they write a manifesto.
Oh yeah, manifesto.
You showed me your manifesto during the College World Series.
Find out who the best players of all time were in basketball.
It was horrible.
What is the McMaster score of this show?
Probably as high as David Robinson in the 1999 NBA basketball season.
Yeah, which is like the best ever, or
which
something?
is like the third highest score of all time.
You're an idiot. Alec writes, Josh is from
Josh
is from the era of penguin memes. Welcome to being old. Also, Stib says Josh and I invented memes. McMatter. Yeah, Matt.
Yeah.
You don't even.
I don't even McMatter.
You wouldn't even have memes if not for Stibbs and me. You wouldn't even know what memes are. You'd be in Chicago crying about the 85 Bears some more.
Well, it's their 40th anniversary. They're getting honored on the game on Monday.
Wow. You know what's more depressing than the Cowboys not winning in 30 years? The Bears not winning in 40 years. But you know what's even more depressing than that? The Dolphins not winning in 50 years.
I was going to say, just the fact how about we're just both depressing?
Dude, we did that during the College World Series. Who is the sadder fan base? We had a solid argument about it.
I think I'm winning.
It's the Bears, which is crazy because everybody gets to make fun of the Cowboys.
Tune in on Tuesday if the Bears lose. It's going to be a great Gary and Matt.
Though they did, the Cowboys did keep it close. Moral victories, baby. Dave is up next year on Big Red Overreaction. What up, Dave?
Hello?
Dave?
Am I on?
Yep, Dave. That's why I said your name on the radio.
All right. Well, there's a lot of Daves that call in, but hey, I just want to say that this is a very special team that I saw tonight. 68-0. I know you want to have it be 69, but
yes,
but very special team, well coached. I just loved tonight watching the game.
Hell yeah, Dave! Thanks for the call, bro. There's a lot of Daves to call in.
What was going on when we first got on with Dave?
There was a swear word. There was a swear word.
What was it? I couldn't hear it.
It was the S word. And I think it was the F word.
I don't know, but shout out Matt for making the dump motion because I couldn't make out what that
I gave
was.
You that. So I love the idea. And Dave, that was a great call. And thank you so much for calling in and being a fan. And you're right. Look, 68 points are not a special team. So
that guy was ripped.
Now, here's the thing, though. I like the idea that people might think that all the calls are live all at once and we just, say the name of the person.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Is there a theory? What's going on?
No, because I think that's what Dave was assuming, right?
I see.
You said, hey, Dave, you're up next.
Yeah.
Like, which
Is it me? Wow, Corpian says that Dave sucked. That's crazy
me.
take. I just got a text. Josh, that call from Dave was amazing. It was a great call.
So many Daves call in, Josh. Be more specific.
Dwayne says Dave called into the radio show, got confused that he was a different Dave. God bless Dave. And then Heron says, can Dave's call be a Happy New Year? Oh, man. Happy New Year. What a phone call that was. One more call this segment, and we will take a break. Let's go back to the Jay Stinnett Contracting Hotline. Mike is on the air. This is Mike S. Is this Mike Stibbs?
No, I wish I was Mike Stibbs.
we all do, man. He has a great head of hair.
I don't know how I follow up that call from Dave. I mean, that was just amazing.
Yeah. Good luck.
I do have one complaint, and I don't want to complain 680, but where did that ref crew come from? Was that like the junior high Omaha ref crew? I've never seen in my life a reviewed step out of bounds and then subsequently reviewed and stayed inbounds. I'm shocked Jack Mitchell didn't lose his
Whoa! Nice save, Mike. Woo! Good work, Mike.
I-80 Club for life, boys. We'll
see you tomorrow morning.
Thank you, Mike. That is Mike at 402-951-1620. Excellent work saving himself from the cuss word.
That's always great. That's always impressive when you're teetering on the line of. Do we even have a dump after Dave?
Yeah, we're building it back up right now. Build back better. The dump button right now, Peter. Doing yeoman's work.
Peter, be better.
Did you get that reference? That was a politics reference.
No,
you didn't get that reference. By the way, shout out to Matt earlier. You were right. Blew my mind.
I know.
And people were texting saying, "No, Matt's correct."
They did a crazy, I think it was when Ben Sassby went to Florida. It was like you could submit a resume.
Yeah,
Mr. Jack Mitchell did it. I believe so.
Yeah, I guess that helps when you work at a politics radio station.
Yeah, it was a blast.
God, that sounds terrible. Big Red Overreaction brought to you by Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. Big Red Overreaction rolls on when we return. Brought to you by Dingman's Collision Center and Mechanical Repair, as well as by Prairie Flower Casino. Play longer, win more. All right, when we return, oh my gosh, Joe in Vegas is on hold. Have you dealt with Joe in Vegas yet?
No, I haven't. I found out the last name of Zach who called in, who was in my class.
Do you know who it is?
Dude's a good friend of mine. Cutler.
But you said you didn't know him.
No, I didn't know. I know him by Cutler.
This is like the Daves. There's a lot of people named
Zach. Do you
Zach.
know how many people I call by their last name?
That's true. I call Schaefer Shafe.
Yeah.
I just said it. I don't call him Mike. Yeah, I call Brunts.
I don't call I've never called Zach before.
All right, that's true. Drake says, "Where's Vince?" Surprisingly, no Vince just yet with his bloody knuckles.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we'll see if we hear from Vince as we continue to roll on. I'm Josh Peterson. That's Matt McMaster. We have Peter Krenzer here. We have Jake Janicek here as well, learning on the ones and twos, and the audio is fixed, even though Matt he just threw him under the bus. Big Red Overreaction continues next on 1620 at the Zone and 1019 The Keg. Big Red Overreaction here on 1620 The Zone and 1019 The Keg is brought to you by Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. Also brought to you by No Name Nutrition. Live a better, healthier, more natural life. Josh Peterson, Matt McMaster with you on this Saturday, September the 6th, as Nebraska moves to 2-0 on the 2025 season with a 68-0 whomping over Akron. And now we await what should be a barn burner next week, Matt, between Nebraska and Houston Christian. A couple of stats we haven't really talked so much about, kind of the exact numbers for tonight. We mentioned Barney and some of the receivers earlier. Emmett Johnson, his career day, on the ground, 14 carries, 140 yards, and even 10 yards per tote. He had 2 touchdowns on the ground. He also caught one. Dylan Raiola, his finest night as a Nebraska quarterback, 4 touchdowns, 77% completion percentage, 364 yards. And, dude, he was throwing dimes tonight. He also was scooting around a little bit as well. He finishes with, where are the numbers? 3 carries for 13 yards and a long of 8. He had that little spin move as well.
I did see that. That's how you know you're playing Akron.
Oh, that is how you know. Wait, are you being critical of Dylan Raiola?
No, I'm being.
Unreal.
Come on.
Classic media. Classic.
No, he played great.
Yeah, he really did.
He's looked better the last 2 games. Just straight up.
He has.
His 2 games this season, bar none, looks a lot better. And it's not just like, oh, the stats and they've won.
Yeah.
Like,
there's a look about his performances right now.
1,000,000%. If you watch the film last year to watching it in these 2 games, he's moving better in the pocket. He's shifting around better in the pocket.
Dude, and you can see he's like looking this read.
He had I think it was the first drive of the game where he hit a curl route to Key, and it was 2nd and 4. It was a 6-yard route, but he had looked to 2 other spots before
I know the exact same player.
And it was just like, hey, like that's what Matt Rule said. Hi. That was what Matt Rule said during his press conference. He's like, we don't want a guy who's just running around throwing it sideways. We want a quarterback. Yeah. That's a very much a quarterback play. Yeah. All right, my 2 routes aren't there. I'm going to check it down to this guy. I'm going to get 6 yards. Now you're 2nd and 4. You open up the playbook. You're cooking with gas at that point. So he's been, I know the competition hasn't been great, and you guys do the whole thing. These are the 2 worst teams back to back. And
it's bad. It's really bad. Yeah.
And no one's wrong, but like visually, he's been better.
Definitely has. Jordan says 0 sacks allowed 2, right? Yeah, 0 sacks tonight. He looked awesome. And then Bitcoin Rocky points out, here's a fun stat. TJ Lateef has more passing yards than Mark Gronowski. Gronowski is garbage.
People were trying to convince me that he wasn't bad when they played University of Albany and he couldn't throw the football.
I'm cooking up something for next week.
Ooh.
Iowa is an embarrassment. That is they are an embarrassment as a program right now. And it goes beyond their they win games. They win 10 games.
Come on. I want to call them an embarrassment.
They have one of the worst offenses yet again, and it is holding their program back.
I don't think
their program is turned into we were talking about memes earlier.
Sure.
You know what they are? They are, and I love the Twitter account. They are the Sickos Committee college football team. Look, they're punting again. Oh man, it's so funny. Iowa's in a football game, even though they have 12 yards. That is a joke.
I would love to be a meme if it means you win 8, 9, 10
Look,
games
will they still beat
year.
Nebraska? Probably, because that's what they do. But if I'm a Hawkeye fan tonight, going to bed, I am seriously embarrassed to be a football fan.
Come on.
It is
I want to go that
far.
They
are
a
joke.
They're not a joke.
They are.
They are still an incredibly competitive college football team that nearly beat what people are calling the best Big 12 team on the road. They nearly beat them. I know what you're saying.
Congrats on almost winning a football game.
I mean,
Scott Frost is the GOAT if we're going to give out those kind of awards.
That's not a task where you're like, we're going to throw it away. They still very much competed against Iowa State. They nearly won that game. And you're calling, this is not about me giving Iowa flowers. This is me telling you they ain't an embarrassment.
Can you imagine if
their offense is an embarrassment?
Can you imagine if they put the time and effort into their offense that they put into defense and special teams? They would be one of the great programs in college football. But instead, they treat it like an afterthought, and they deserve to lose football games.
8, 9 to 10 games a season,
and
they end up playing in important bowl games and Big Ten conference championship games and things that other programs would love to play in.
They are the celery of college football.
If you want to say
celery,
if you want to say that their offense is an embarrassment, I totally agree with you. If you want to say their offense is one of the most embarrassing things in football, I totally agree with you. Their program as a whole being called an embarrassment, I know plenty of other programs who could fall under the category of embarrassment.
The reason the program as a whole is an embarrassment is because this has been happening for like a decade. This has been happening for
Look, if you want to say, if we want to, that's crazy. If you want to talk about like, you want to have a Kirk Ferentz conversation of whether or not, where do you rank Kirk Ferentz amongst the best Big Ten coaches of all time? Or
He's
anything?
not.
Well, I would agree with you because he can't figure out the offensive end of the football, and
I don't think he wants to.
Yeah,
I don't think he wants to.
I wouldn't say they're fully an embarrassment.
This is Bigger Red Overreaction.
It ain't good though.
Brought to you by Peerless Energy Systems.
What do you have? What have you done to me?
Let me finish this.
I'm
You're
but I'm defending Iowa.
I know.
You have me defending Iowa.
Matt's the sicko here, not me. This is Bigger Red Overreaction brought to you by Peerless Energy Systems, your local compressed air systems experts. All right, let's go to the phones. Joe in Vegas is here. Joe in Vegas often compliments me and my takes. Let's see if he does it again. Hello, Joe.
Matt McMasters, do you realize who you're in the studio with right now?
Yeah, his name's Josh Peterson.
No. You're in the room with Mr. Football. Let me tell you a little bit about Mr. Josh Peterson. Josh Peterson was the only man back in, 2022, Josh? 2021?
21, yeah.
Okay. Those were the times where there was only one Nebraska media member who had the tenacity and the ball sack to sit there and tell and educate the state of Nebraska what a fraud and what a joke of a coach Scott Frost was. The only one out there by himself, high on that mountain, looking down on all the peasants, trying to educate the village of Omaha and the rest of that whole of the state we call Nebraska. You are in the presence of greatness, my friend. I realize that you are a mere, 22, 23 years
23,
old?
yeah.
23.
Yes.
Soak up the greatness, Matt McMasters, because there's a really good possibility you're never going to work with anyone this great again in your radio career.
Wow.
Now, with that being said, Josh, how you doing, brother?
Hey, what's going on, Joe?
Not much. So now let's play this out. Let's say Nebraska has the same exact type of performance next week and blows out and shuts out Houston Christian or whoever they are.
Yep.
So now let's say they score 65, 66, whatever, to nothing again. Does your opinion of the Michigan game change at all from where you sat, say, 2 weeks ago prior to the season and after last week?
No, I don't think it has, Joe, and I'll let Matt answer too. I think my opinion on the game has changed because I've watched Michigan. I don't think I have not come away as impressed by them as I expected to be at this point in time.
I look at the Michigan game tonight the same way I did Texas last week. Once again, we were force-fed by the media because they tend to do this. Last week, they tried to force-fed Arch Manning as this generational talent. And what we found out last week is there's a reason why he sat the bench for 2 years. He's a 5-star name, but he has 3-star high school film. The guy was average in high school, and the only reason anyone ever cared about him was because his last name was Manning. Fast forward now to Mr. whatever, what is
Bryce Underwood.
From Michigan? Yes. And what have we been force-fed since the minute that Dave Portnoy and all the clowns got together and stole him from LSU? That this guy was the guy who was going to be the savior. This guy was going to be the guy that now was going to prove to the rest of the country that Michigan could win games without cheating the way they did and actually finally show the world that they could have a quarterback who could complete a forward pass. And what did we learn tonight? What we learned tonight is that he's afraid to run because he's 6'4", and he probably runs like a 6'4" guy does. And on top of it, he can't throw a short pass to save his life, and he can't throw a long pass to save his life. The only thing that scares me about Michigan is the fact that we know that they can run the ball. And if Nebraska's defensive line can stop the run, I do believe that we will eventually wear them down. And if we can force Bryce Underwood to be the reason why they beat us, I think that John might be right with his prediction. But at this point, I'll just take a 3-point win and start 4-0 and move on. But this is the thing we want to remember once again, though, Matt McMasters.
Yes.
You're in the presence of greatness.
I know Peter's
Run
here.
on that learning tree, my friend. That is Mr. Football right there. Boys, you look good. I'm watching you right now. But I'm not drunk, but did enjoy the game. Won a ton of money today because Oklahoma finally put it together. And Nebraska hit the over and the cover today.
Oh, easily.
So boys, have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Joe.
Have to deal with too many drunks, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, Joe. That is Joe in Vegas. I did not pay him to say those words about me. He just always says those words about me.
Joe's awesome. Joe's a great guy. But I've never been convinced by anyone that they're not drunk by when they tell me they're not drunk.
Don't worry, Matt. I'm not drunk.
If you want to convince me that you're not drunk, don't say, "Hey, I'm not drunk."
Bruce says technically empty calories would not be celery. Celery barely has any calories. Beer is a good example of empty calories. Thank you, Bruce. Bruce is the chef. Bruce knows what's up with food. 913 texter says Matt is wrong about Iowa. The second they actually have to play somebody, they fold up. It would be different if they had more success against good teams.
They're just not an embarrassment. That's all.
How they treat offense is an embarrassment to me.
I agree with that. How they treat offenses, yes, agreed.
Top-down program. That said, again, if Iowa fans see this, you're still going to beat Nebraska. Like, chill out. You win in you will. I can't believe you didn't win today.
Maybe if there was ever a chance, it'd probably be this year.
Dude, Sam McEwen's been saying for months now, Nebraska's not just going to win, but they're going to win going away. Kind of like what they did to Wisconsin last year.
And Sam is a very smart human, and he is so confident.
I have bigger overreaction duties that day. I'd sign up for an ass whooping.
I thought you were going to say you'd sign up for a Sam McEwen interview during Big Red Overreaction.
I love talking to Sam. I imagine he'll be a bit busy writing something though that day. Let's go back to the phones. Heidi is up next here on Big Red Overreaction, brought to you by the Prairie Flower Casino. Play longer, win more. Hello, Heidi.
Hi, this is Heidi calling in from California. How you guys doing?
Good. Lovely, Heidi.
Hi. I have a good question for you. I'm with my boyfriend David, and we were wondering when was the last time the Huskers won with a score of
over 60 and under 10 points held.
Over 60, under 10.
Yeah.
So it turned it. What's your name? Other person in the room.
I think she said Dave.
Dave,
her boyfriend Dave.
David.
Another.
Oh, Steven?
I've listened to you guys for the past 2 years.
Thank you. Thank you for listening. We'll hang up and let you know the answer. The answer is the Idaho State game in 2012, which was the previous record holder in the Big Red Overreaction era, 73-7.
Wow.
They killed them. I was spotting for BTN that day, and that game sucked because I had to pull out the charts with all the numbers on them. Like, I don't know where this guy is.
Oh, you got it. Spotting is the one where you got to point like what player made what play.
That's what I did at the stadium last night.
Okay. I thought it was the one where you tell them what yard line.
No, that's a different. That job is called spotter, but it's a different spotter.
You're in the booth.
I'm in the.
I've done the other spotter.
I get to stand next to the play-by-play and the color.
I technically was the spotter for Gus and Joel's spotter.
1st and 10 was that the game where Gus swallowed a bug?
No, that was wouldn't it be the Jackson Smith and Jigba game?
Oh no, the game where they fumbled and the ball rolled for 20 seconds, and it was like Nebraska's
gonna
get it.
The JSN game was the one where he went off. God, that's one of the best college football performances I've ever seen.
Wow, look at you, hater of Nebraska, Matt.
I'm not a hater.
Wow, hater of Nebraska.
I'm just an admirer of people who do good things.
Arbitrary Analytics, a fun Twitter follow, points out Archie Wilson's parents traveled over 9,200 miles to watch their son's home debut. Nebraska's only played 3 games since 1995 with no punts. And one of them was today.
You feel like with arbitrary analytics, they have a more exact number on the amount of miles that they traveled.
Wow. That is incredible.
I'm critical of everybody.
That is incredible. Back to the phones. Brian is up next. He's the Bry man of the group. Hello, Brian.
Brian.
Hey, hello. Hey, good show.
Thank you.
I like that new wrinkle they Nebraska put in the game plan tonight. And you know what I'm talking about, that thing where the other team kicks it and we catch it and run.
It was an interesting wrinkle, wasn't it, Brian?
Yeah, that was effective. And I don't think that's something that you only bring out once in a while. I think even though other teams see it, you could probably use it every game.
Interesting. You think that could even work against Michigan?
I think so. I think that's something with Ja'Cory Barty back there.
Yeah.
I think he could after they kick it, he could catch it and run against them too. I think, you know what? I was really happy about that. I don't know who come up with that idea in the coaching room when they were talking about the game plan, but I think it really caught Akron off guard.
We haven't seen this before from Nebraska. What are they doing? What is this devilry? Oh, thank you for the call, Brian. That's
one hell of a call.
That it's something that they haven't done before.
He's not wrong.
I know, that's the funny. It's like we're all laughing and winking, but it's also like, but seriously,
I can't
where
wait.
was this?
Like
before?
I get sometimes I get jealous of you and Happer and everybody who can talk about like Nebraska memories from 15 years ago or being there.
That's wild. That 15 years is now the good era, even though like that era, everyone was mad.
But not like a good
time.
era. You could just be like, oh, I was at this game and this player that was very like niche. Like I'm not there yet. I'm only like, I'm like 5 years in. I can't wait for 10 years in advance where we get to talk about Isaiah Garcia Castaneda and the fact that he would just stand back there and catch pumps.
You just triggered me by saying that name.
Or Billy Kemp.
92 punt return yards, 42 kickoff return yards tonight. Absolutely incredible. This is Big Red Overreaction, brought to you by Dingman's Collision Center and Mechanical Repair. Also brought to you by Peerless Energy Systems, your local compressed air systems. We are rolling on. We are getting near an end. Not too many segments to go, so we would love to hear from you. We have Davey. Oh, man, one of my best friends. His name is Davey. How fun is that?
So fun.
Scotty and Cody, a lot of E's, a lot of blank E's on the phones right now on the Jay Stinnett Contracting Hotline. So what do you say, Matt? We'll take a quick break, a tiny little break.
No, don't want to do that.
No, we will, though.
Okay.
That's how we pay the bills. We'll take a tiny little break, and then we'll go to Davey and Scotty and Cody, and then hopefully like a Danny or a Bobby or a Billy calls in. Stevie. That's fun.
Yeah.
Joey. Colbert. Go Lions. All of that and more as we return. I'm not mad about the Micah Parsons trade. It's a Big Red Overreaction on 1620 The Zone and 1019 The Keg. Big Red Overreaction rolling on here on 1620 The Zone and 1019 The Keg, and it's brought to you by Equitable Bank. We take banking personally, and by No Name Nutrition. Live a better, healthier, more natural life.
Andy,
what's going on in the
Andy
YouTube
says,
chat?
Show can't end until 5 days have called it.
I think we're at 2 Daves now. Well, a lot of Daves call. God, what a
Andy
phone
might
call.
be my number one hater, but he makes me crack up.
Dude, Andy does. I think Andy just hates young people because he also hates Nick. So it might just be an age thing. Maybe you'll hit 30 and he'll like it.
I don't know if Nick laughs at it, but I laugh.
Do you know Nick? He definitely does not laugh at it. He just rage types in the YouTube chat for an hour.
I don't take it personally.
Him and Amazing Daniel
we have a Davey.
arguing.
Okay, so we need.
And Davey is up next.
Davey, Talk to us, baby. What
Davey,
you got?
what's going on?
What's going on, fellas? What's going on?
Hey.
How are you? What do you got for us, Davey?
Oh, what do I got? All right, I got something. What's up with those end zones, man? Absolute garbage.
Whoa!
Bad take, Davey.
Red end zone.
That's an unpopular take. Why don't you like it? You don't like the pop?
What is this? Cheney Washington? Nah, not a fan. Not a fan.
Okay. That's your opinion.
Wow. Okay. Well, putting Davies in a bad spot and Dave's in a bad spot with that kind of call.
I have an opinion is on Wednesdays.
Yeah. Also, I like the red end zones. They looked cool.
I think they're dope.
We think they're dope.
I think it's just, I don't get the whole jerseys thing and the field thing.
Jerseys?
Like everybody freaking out about the jerseys, about like wearing them against USC,
Oh,
like the
yeah,
black
people-
jerseys.
yeah, people don't like
Yeah.
that,
I don't get
because you don't care.
I don't care.
Yeah, you don't
Like,
don't have the
field,
emotional.
Like, the field is still 120 yards long, right? It's still 44 yards wide. Like it's the same dimensions. The hashes are the same.
People love whining.
Yeah, I don't blame them, but I don't like whining about those things.
Yeah.
I like whining about not scoring touchdowns when you're within the 5-yard line.
That is a great take. God, did the offense let the team
They
down?
should have scored 82.
They could have had in the 80s tonight, but instead they just scored 68. Scotty is up next as the Y names continue. Hello, Scotty.
Scotty too hottie.
Hey, Matt, Josh, what's up?
Yo.
Hey, Dylan was looking like one of the best quarterbacks in the country tonight.
He was awesome.
He was great.
Way much better than Lagway and Underwood. I'm licking my chops for when Michigan comes to town.
Hell yeah. Lick those chops. My dog Banks does that. We say licking the chopsies.
We can't be beat when Holgerson's on the Zins.
Nice,
yes,
Scotty.
Great take.
Ja'Cory Barney's about to pop one off one of these days. I think next week, maybe.
That'd be nice.
What do you
That'd
think,
be great.
Matt?
If he returns it 7 times a game, or how many returns did he have? Like 5 today?
Today he had 4, I think.
I mean, if he gets another 4 or 5, I don't think you're too out of the realm of possibility.
He had 4 returns for 87 yards today, along with 39.
Jet Award ceremony. Here we come.
Absolutely electric. Our best transfer portal pickup is Hunter, no doubt.
Like it.
All right.
That guy is insane.
He's great. He's really good.
All right.
Emmett Johnson, the pride of Minneapolis, Minnesota, Holy Angels High School.
Yeah.
That might be all Big Ten, huh?
I don't maybe pump the brakes 2 games in against Akron, but
Hater alert.
Look, if he keeps having 6-7 yards of
We might
carry,
have
hell
to
yeah.
pump the brakes. The Miller South Patriots could have probably beat them bums.
That's the best take of the show.
Hey, who got our? We got a Big Mac sacks this game.
We did Ashton Murphy, I believe.
At the very end of the game.
For Nebraska, you say his name one more time, Josh.
What?
Hey, real Husker fans take Highway 6 back to Omaha, and all roads lead back to Bogies. See you there.
Bye, Scotty. Wow. That was one of the nicest drunk calls we have ever had in the history of this show.
Do you think he had a post-it note of all the takes that he had?
I just liked all the names. Hey, let's give another shout out to this guy.
Who did get
it?
the
Was
sack?
Murphy. You were right. It was Murphy.
Yeah.
That was the first sack of the season.
Why is he not on my obnoxiously
He's number
big
57. You have him at number 57?
57? I have him here.
All right, there you go.
On my way too big Nebraska player roster.
Wow, so there you go. That's what happened in the game. Back to the phones we go, and it's Cody up next here on Big Red Overreaction.
You weren't kidding about the wire.
I told you on the Jay Stennett Contracting Hotline. What up, Cody?
Bogies is an incredible call out.
Yeah, I've never been there.
Don't go. although they do have good cheese sticks.
Okay.
All right.
I would just like to say that you guys do a good job. It was really fun to just see a comfortable game, no matter the opponent.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. It's nice to see domination.
I've been stuck on my couch since about 3 o'clock yesterday because it was a little bit weird here, but I got a vasectomy from Judd Davies yesterday.
Shout out to Judd. What's he up to? Oh, I guess giving vasectomies.
Yeah.
Giving vasectomies.
He told you what he was down to.
I didn't realize that that's what his job was now.
Apparently he's a urologist. I did not plan it that way, but
did you talk ball?
You know what? I left it alone.
No, you know what? So I had one of those done to me in January. No, the doctor the whole time, he started bragging about going to the Super Bowl. I went to the Chiefs Super Bowl.
The Huskers won by 68
I'm like,
points.
bro,
I'm talking about vasectomy.
Cody, I'm thinking to myself, I'm funding your Super Bowl with the payment that I'm about to drop on this surgery right now. He's like, yeah, I took my whole family to the Super Bowl. I'm like, good Lord. It wasn't Judd Davies, though.
I didn't plan it that way, but they said Dr. Davies, and I had no idea.
That's awesome.
And then I remember him from, when I was a kid. But, yeah, anyways.
He was a fullback, Matt.
I know.
Oh, okay.
I'm aware.
Cody, thanks for the call. This is great. Vasectomy time.
I was going to ask what was, in 15 years, what would be the funniest, Nebraska football doctor that you just walk in and you're like...
I mean, Judd Davies, I had no idea. By the way, I said, did you talk ball? And that wasn't even trying to pun, but that ended up working out pretty good. You seem to be uncomfortable. Did vasectomy talk make you uncomfortable?
I'm trying to think of a funny football player. Yeah, like Alex Bullock gave me a vasectomy.
Armchair Aristotle writes, the snip is crucial in 2025. Good looking out, fellas. It's important, Matt.
Jeff Sheldon writes in.
Oh, what's up?
From fullback to anti-sack. That's a good one.
Yeah, was it Judd Davis or it was Judd Davies? Because now Jordan has me confused. I'm pretty sure it was Davies. Yeah, Judd Davies. All right.
Do we have another Y name we can get to?
We do. Monty is up next.
Monty.
Hello, Monty.
Hi. Hello.
Hey.
Couple of things. Number one, Nebraska played a good game. 68-7. I mean 68-0.
0. Yeah.
They still got some work to do. Number two, I'm going to say this much. I wish we could get Gary Sharp, Nick Hanley on this show.
Yeah.
Get rid of Josh Peterson because he's an idiot and knows nothing about the Huskers. Thank you. Good night.
Monty, I love that I'm still living rent-free in your brain, bro. Thanks for calling. Thanks for waiting on hold. I was like, there's a Monty who hates me.
Oh, okay.
And he calls in. He hadn't called in a few years.
I didn't know if that was a running bit or not.
No, yeah, he doesn't like me.
Okay.
I mean, he got the score wrong, so who's the idiot now?
This has been a fun little excursion for me the last 2 weeks because I'm very honored that there are a ton of regular BROR callers who have their brands and have their things and what they do, and I'm learning all about them. So sometimes I have my head on a swivel on what's a bit and what's not a bit.
I love the idea of calling a radio show to be like, I hate you because you're an idiot, and then screwing up in the call. Like, man, I would just feel like a moron. God, I'd go to the bathroom later that night and feel like an idiot. I'd be peeing thinking about that bad phone call. Monty, I hope that you have a terrible evening. Absolute garbage evening. All right, Big Red Overreaction is brought to you by Dingman's Collision Center and Mechanical Repair, as well as Prairie Flower Casino. Play longer, win more. We don't have much time to go, Matt.
No, we don't.
It's getting very sad. We're nearing an end. You got to go home and play video games.
No, I have to look at the board for the NFL.
You have to look at the board because week 1 is here. Tim
Giants
writes,
plus 5.5.
I like the Giants. Tim writes, Monty, I agree. Josh is trash. Tim, you're the one watching me at 11:32 on a Saturday. This is a you decision. I would just log off if I didn't like somebody. But, you could
They
post
hate
as
to
well.
see it, but they love to watch it.
Stips, I'd be peeing out of my snipped balls. Exactly, I would. Big Red Overreaction brought to you by Peerless Energy Systems, your local compressed air systems experts. All right, when we return, the final bank of phone calls, and it says someone's parents are on hold right now. Will it be my parents? Will it be your parents?
I can tell my parents calling.
Will it be
They're listening.
one of our producers' parents? Will it be somebody else's parents? Find out. I won't be a parent, as we just talked about.
No, you won't.
I will not be a parent.
I don't think I'm a parent.
I am a... Wow. I had no idea that...
Not that I know of.
Congrats on the sex, though, at least. All right, Big Red Overreaction. We'll wrap up.
This is the guy with the vasectomy.
Yeah. We'll wrap up everything when we return, take some final calls, and send you into Saturday night and Sunday morning of a Week 1 NFL slate. God, it's so good to have football back, isn't it? Here on 1620 The Zone and 101.9 The Cake. Big Red Overreaction as we get ready to wind down is brought to you by Equitable Bank. We take banking personally, and brought to you by No Name Nutrition. Live a better, healthier, more natural life. Josh Peterson, Matt McMaster with you here from the 1620 The Zone studios. We're also broadcasting on 1019 The Keg, ZoneTV.live, the 1620 The Zone YouTube page, and the 1620 The Zone mobile app. This episode has also been brought to you by Dingman's Collision Center and Mechanical Repair, and brought to you proudly by Prairie Flower Casino. Play longer, win more. Matt, we are nearing the end. People are talking about the phone calls that we've been getting. Judd Davies, urologists. We're having a great time. You, for the first time ever on radio, you seemed a little uncomfortable hearing about surgeries, elective surgeries.
I wasn't uncomfortable. I just don't
and myself maybe are taking advantage of.
Mr. Josh Otson has called me Mr. Take Man.
Yeah.
And, I've now learned in my young career that maybe I don't need an opinion on everything. And that is one area of life where I don't have an opinion because I don't know anything about it.
I don't have an opinion, says Matt McMaster.
That would be a great segment.
I have an opinion. I love our great, fine sponsors like Peerless Energy Systems, your local compressed air systems experts. All right, time to go back to the phones, the Jay Stinnett Contracting Hotline, and get ready to wrap this bad boy up. Shall we do it, Matt? Shall we move
thinking,
forward?
Because you've hinted at the fact that we are close to the end of the show.
Yeah.
And I'm just thinking about what my day is going to be tomorrow. And I just know I'm going to go to the Prairie Flower Casino, play longer, win more. And probably put some nice little sexy NFL bets down.
Well, that sounds like a lovely day. You like the Giants? Maybe you like some other stuff too. We will talk about it.
Kind of like the Browns, but I'm...
Okay, don't be an idiot, Matt. Let's go to the phones, and it says Jake's parents.
Jake!
Parents! Is this true? Yep. Are these Jake's parents?
Are these the Janisecs?
Yes, we are.
Yeah.
Wow, this is amazing.
Maddie and Josh. I mean, come on, we got to do the Y name.
That's true.
Yes, Maddie and Joshy.
My dad did call me Joshy when I was a kid.
I mean, hey, it's Curdy and Kimmy,
And your son, Jakey.
And your son, Jakey.
Jakey, little Jakey. Hey, guys.
Yep.
Seriously, Kim and I, we waited till the end of the third quarter to watch the light show. What an amazing event that Nebraska does. That was really cool to see. But, as a lifelong Nebraska fan, it was so cool to see Nebraska dominate today. They played very well. You guys do a great job. Josh, we've had a lot of fun together. Matt, I haven't met you yet. Jake, you're the best son we could ever ask.
Oh, thank you. So nice of you.
You guys are awesome. 1620 does a great job. We love y'all. Keep up the good work, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wow. What a nice there's never been such an uplifting show outside of Monty's garbage call. This has been the nicest Big Red Overreaction of all time.
That was actually a hunk of crap because I have met the Jam.
Yes, you have.
You just Mike Schaefer'd you.
I met him at the College World Series.
Yeah, you did.
And I shook their hand and I actually talked to him.
I want to shake your hand.
Extended period of time. So
Stibbs asked,
Mr. Janisek, thanks for not remembering.
Wow, tough look. Stibbs writes, Jake, how much can your dad bench? Maybe Stibbs' dad and Jake's dad will get together for a fight. A bench off. Maybe. No? Okay. Let's go back to the phones. Bill, who some people might call Billy. Hello, Bill.
Hi, how you doing, guys?
Lovely.
Love what both you guys do on the radio every day.
Thank you.
Quick point here. Rule said before the game and at halftime to maintain killer instinct. I think they did that all the way through the end of the game, even running a play when they could have let the clock run out. The depth is real. They're going to hang 100 on HCU next week. We're going to beat crap down Michigan's leg. And boys, we're going to be 10-0 heading into Happy Valley. And then it's a party on 72nd and Dodge in January. Go Big Red.
Wow. I thought he was going to talk about Bloody Knuckles.
Oh,
it wasn't. That
wasn't
Vince. Yeah, we haven't heard from Vince. We haven't heard from the Michigan State guy.
That was a great call on the hotline that's sponsored by who, Josh?
Wow, come on, Matt. If you're going to do it, you got to go. That was a great call on the Jay Stinnett Contracting Hotline.
Well, I was trying to set you up for it.
Yeah, but it kind of sounded a little bit awkward. I can remind you, though, that this is Big Red Overreaction brought to you by Dingman's Collision Center and Mechanical Repair. Back to the phones. We have 3 calls left. We start off with John. Hello, John.
Gentlemen, good to talk to you. Okay, so quarterbacks look good.
Yep.
All the way down to the third string.
Yep.
I can't remember the last time we saw that. D was decent. Now, the backups were very promising. There were a couple of run breaks, but they were swarming. They were going after the ball. I was super happy to see that. And I've got a trivia question for you.
Okay.
When was the last time Nebraska got this many second and third string guys thinking about quarterbacks into a game and won?
Probably the spring game.
I mean, an actual scheduled game.
Great question.
You know, I mean, like I
Maybe
think
UTEP.
Yeah, I was gonna say they. I think they had some of the deep bench guys last year, but like
not as much
in
as this one.
Yeah, I mean, John, honestly, like the game that's come up multiple times tonight is the 73-7 win over Idaho State in 2012. I'm guessing it's been since then.
Yeah.
August 30th, 2014, 55-7 win over Florida Atlantic, and now you guys are sitting down. Everybody else better be. The quarterbacks then were Armstrong.
Yep.
The Ginger Ninja Fife, and Johnny Stanton.
Oh my gosh, who became a fullback in the NFL?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Thanks for everything you guys do. Have a great night.
John, thank you.
You're the man, John. Wow. Great question that actually I have the answer to. The last time Nebraska played the three quarterbacks was the Maryland game 2 years ago.
Oh my gosh. But he said, and they did win that game. No, they lost that game.
They lost that game.
Yes, horrifically.
That was a terrible loss. I think that was pretty high on your groin kick chronicles.
It was in the top 20. That was a bad game.
That was a terrible game.
That was a terrible game.
You remember when Chubba Purdy just threw it right to a Maryland defender?
Wow. People are going to say that we're haters. You're not beating the
Oh,
allegations.
I'll say something nice. Dawson Merritt looked awesome tonight.
There you
Freshman.
go.
He looked really good.
There you go. This is Big Red Overreaction brought to you by Peerless Energy Systems, your local compressed air systems experts. 2 calls to go. The penultimate call of the night is Shane. Hello, Shane.
Hey guys, a couple things. First one, I kind of wanted to get Matt's keys to the game, but I wanted them last week too, and turns out they were in the back of Connor's car. So,
attaboy! That's a good one, Shane. Shane, that's a killer. I was gonna say, did you read my Husker Max article, which is actually I do actually write keys to the game every week. You can find it on HuskerMax.com. Shout out Caleb Henry. Good job, though, Shane.
I will check it out.
Thank you.
But no, second one, I'm trying to fill out a bingo card. How do we feel like what do we feel like our bowl game chances are? And can we make a repeat appearance of, is it possible we could go back to the Holiday Bowl like 2009?
Nebraska's back in here to stay?
Exactly.
Thanks for the call, Shane.
Real quick, very interesting. Last couple of years, it's always been about get to the bowl game. Got to make sure you get to the bowl game. There's been zero bowl talk. It's almost as if it's just understood.
Yeah,
this team is getting to a bowl game.
Yeah,
and I'm not pushing back against that. All I'm trying to say is it that cool?
Yeah, it's a lot better than
fun.
Man, I hope that they make a bowl game. Yeah, it's nice.
Well,
what bowl game will they make?
Like the
don't you just tell me what
first
bowl game
couple of years that I was reporting on this team, it was always the countdown. It was never you have 5 games left in the season. It was you have 5. You have 5 more chances to win 2 games to get to a bowl game.
Yeah,
which is a great indication of just how far things had tumbled at that point.
Kind of like how far the show has gone tonight with great calls and great emailers, except for Monty, who sucks.
Yeah.
Big Red Overreaction is brought to you by Dingman's Collision Center and Mechanical Repair. Also brought to you by Prairie Flower Casino. Play longer, win more. Matt will be going there tomorrow as he gets ready for day 1 of NFL action. You too can go there to get ready for day 1. Or
probably will be going to Peerless Energy Systems as well, who's another proud sponsor of this.
You'll be going there?
Yeah. I need to schedule some things.
All right, that's awesome.
I'm having some problem with my energy systems.
Back to the phones we go for the last call of the night. It's Bryce. Bryce, bring us home.
You guys got me here?
We got you great, Bryce.
Bryce, we're holding on to you.
Well, I hope to close this out strong. Shane is being a little conservative here. I'm saying we're making a playoff run. This one felt good, guys. Our punter didn't even see the field today. Get rid of Emmett's fumble on the goal line. Getting stopped once. We're feeling really good about the year. And the real winner tonight is Harburg. Harper Murray was looking great on the sideline.
Okay, Bryce. Good Lord. And that is how we get ready to wind down.
Bo Richter.
Wow. Lots of comments about urologists and surgeries that people can have in the chat. The chat has been lively tonight, folks. It's been a lively show.
Not as lively. It's going to be at Prairie Flower Casino tomorrow. Play longer, win more.
That is very true. You're going to have a great time.
We're all going to have so much fun tomorrow. Dude, people don't understand. Let me just paint the picture real quick.
Okay.
Tomorrow is my Christmas. Okay. Tomorrow.
I'm happy that you say that, not like, I like the NFL draft.
No, tomorrow is my Christmas.
Everybody knows the draft sucks.
I love the NFL. I love college football. I really do. But I love the NFL.
Yeah.
And I love waking up 12 o'clock, put on ESPN, put on Fox, switch between the game days. I go to church. I go grocery shopping. I then go and play some bets. I then go and I sit down and I watch football like a Neanderthal all day. Okay. And it's incredible. And I cannot wait for it.
I think you and I are getting together at some point this season to watch some football together. You were like, let's do something funny. And no one responded when you said that. Let's do something funny, like watch it on my couch or whatever garbage you threw out there.
First,
let's watch it at the bachelor pad of the 20-year-olds.
I have a great apartment.
Yeah, but some of us have homes.
Mine's a home.
No offense.
My apartment is a home.
It is. Home is where the heart is, Matt.
That's where.
And you know where your heart's going to be tomorrow?
Prairie Flower Casino. Play longer, win more.
That. But I was just going to say, sitting and watching football, of course. This has been Big Red Overreaction, proudly brought to you by Equitable Bank. We take banking personally. Also brought to you by No Name Nutrition. Live a better, healthier, more natural life. Great title sponsors. We very much appreciate them, and also appreciate Dingman's Collision Center and Mechanical Repair, which was a supporting sponsor, as well as the Prairie Flower Casino. Play longer, win more. And by Peerless Energy Systems, your local compressed air systems experts. All of the wonderful phone calls and texts on the Jay Stinnett Contracting Hotline throughout tonight's episode. All right. You will be back tomorrow, or on Monday, rather. Gary and Matt, 6 to 10. Connor Happer Show. Yours truly with Bishop, 2 to 6. Also tomorrow, Michael Severe, 8 to 10. To give his recap, he texted me. He said, you guys are still on? I'm already home. We are still on because we had great calls.
We had a great time.
Thank you to Peter and to Jake and to Jake's parents for like the nicest phone call of all time. Thank you to Matt. I'm Josh.
Thank you to you.
Yeah, this has been a Big Red Overreaction on 1620 The Zone and 1019 The Cake.